Hello everyone, good evening. So today we'll be seeing another topic which is widely used called decision table. Okay, so let's first understand what is decision table and how many what kind of a value we can return from decision table and how we can use that. Okay, so on a high level, I have noted down here. So this is just on a high level for my understanding, and I hope you'll also understand from this one, or I'll explain from the rule. So first, what is decision table? So decision table uses a set of conditions to test property value and return an appropriate response. So it's a simple, okay, take some input and return and give us some output as a return. So let's say that you are getting some kind of a code from external system, okay, or you are getting some code and then you want to have a meaningful value. Okay, so let's say you got some customer ID, okay, or that loan type. So from the external system, if you're getting one, then maybe in your system you want to return as a education's loan. If you're getting two, then you want to return as a home loan. If you're getting three, then you want to return as a vehicle loan. Okay, so something like that. Just pass some input and get the output. Okay, so we'll see and what kind of a return value we can get it. So one is that simply we can get that the single value. So let's say I'm passing a credit score, and based on that, based on credit score, we can get that loan interest rate. Okay, so that is the single value. Okay, the list one is that based, let's say again the second example is the list value. Okay, so how we can use that? So in this one, what will happen that yes, you want to get that interest rate, as well as we want to get that who all can approve that. Okay, so like basically we'll get the multiple output. Okay, we'll see that. Okay, the third these all examples will understand better when I'll show you in POC. The third one is simple single return along with few more attributes. So this is like a little trick, I'll show you how we can do it. Okay, and then fourth one is additional attributes. Again, these are also options we have in decision tables. Okay, but yeah, so these all I'll explain, okay, in detail shown. Few usage example. Yes, a decision table can be called from the multiple places, but I'll quickly show you how we can, from what all places we can call. So we can call from data transform, definitely. So we have a functions evaluate decision tables. Using that one we can call from data transform. From flow also we have a decision set, from that we can call. And today I'll show you from cascading approval. Okay, so when we use cascading approval as a authority matrix, we can select decision table. So I'll show you that one. From declare expressions also we can call decision tables. And then final one from activity, though we should not use activity, but you should know that if you have to call from activity, how you can do it. Okay, so I'll show you. So let's go in detail and see this one, each one. So first one is single value. Okay, so I have a very simple applications here. Okay, so what simple case types. So it case type, it's taking two parameters. So on submit request, it's taking loan amount and credit score, and in the second screen it is displaying that interest rate, that this will be your interest rate depending on that your credit score, and in the final state it is going for approval. So let me create a case and show you. So simple case I'm creating here. So loan amount I'll give you, let's say 5,000, and credit score I'll give you 800. Okay, so let me show you here. I'm using a decision table based on the credit, okay, score. I'll be calculating that loan rate. Okay, so let me submit. So we can see here we got that loan rate 5%. Okay, so the question is how this value is coming. Okay, so from where I'm calling this one. So for this one, the first uses, so this is the one of the uses. I have configure a declare expression. So you can see that, okay, loan rate. So what in declare expressions I'm saying, okay, set loan rate. Okay, and then decision of result of decision table. Okay, from which decision table? So this is the decision table which I have written, determine loan rate. So let's just see the decision table, how it is looks like. So basically, okay, so here I have given in a column, okay, header, I have given the credit score. So basically it will, based on credit score, it will calculate. Okay, and then I have given the operator as well, that with what kind of operator I have to compare. So with this one it will compare. Okay, and then it will return the value. So here it will return, so if it is 800 or less than 800, it will return 5. If it is 9 or less than 900, it will return 3, or if it is a thousands, okay, then it will return 2. So here you can see that I had given 5, like 800 around, then I got a 5. Okay, so if you see from the, like again, if you see this decision table, we'll see here, so 5. Let me create another one and show you what value we are getting. So here this time again I'll give 5,000. Okay, and credit score I'll give 1,000. or 1000 or more than 1000. Even if I'll give 1100 more than 1000, then it should be 2%. Sorry, let me see that. Oh, why I got something else. It should give me 200. 1 second, let me see that allowed. Let me create another request and see if so credit score, let's say if I'm giving 899 and then loan amount is 4000. It's giving me 5% only. I was playing with this, so evaluate all rows allowed. Let me see if I'm calling that right one only. Let me run this directly and see what value we are getting. So we can run this one directly as well. So if I'm giving 800 and I'm getting 500, that is fine. If I'm giving 900, then I'm getting 303. And then if I'm giving 1000, then I'm getting 2, which is correct. So from here it is working. So this is how you can do unit test case as well. So maybe because of caching or some other issue, I'll just delete and then save again. Okay, restore this one, and then let's see if it is working. So sometime because of this caching issue it doesn't work, but it's working in my unit test case. So I'll just give here 1000 and then loan amount 6000 and just submit it. No, it's not working from here, but that's fine. Okay, you can ignore that, but you understood it. The usage is, one of the usages, we can call it from the decision declare expression. Okay, and then we'll get the output. So this is one way, okay, to call that. So if I'll go to my this one, okay, so we learned this one from declare expressions, how to call. Okay, and also you learned how we can do the unit testing. Okay, so how you can do the unit testing is simply run and then pass the value. Okay, so here credit score, then 2. If I'll pass, let's say 899, then I should get 3%. Yeah, and then if I'm giving 799, then I should get 5%. Okay, so this is working fine. This is how we can do the unit test case as well. So this is first approach we learned. So now I'll delete this one, loan declare expression, and then I'll use another way. Okay, so how we can use, okay, I'll just save as this one. So maybe if I'll save as with 1, then it work. Okay, so just renaming so that caching issue will not come. The second approach is that we can call it from the data transform. Okay, so I have created already a data transform, determine loan rate, and I have plugged this data transform in one of the flow actions. So let's view references. Okay, so in the post actions of submit request, so once I'll submit, it will call. Okay, so here, okay, I'll delete this step and delete this one, and I'll just enable this step. Okay, so basically from decision and data transform, how we can call is, we can use these functions px evaluate to decision table. Okay, so this is one of the functions. Okay, so you need to, if you don't remember, just come here and search with evaluate. So if you search it, you'll get it. So you'll get for maybe for decision tree as well, decision table. This is also decision table, and this is also decision table. Sorry, decision tree. So we will be using decision table one. Okay, so this is allow missing properties. If you want to use, you can use. Otherwise, the first one we can use, and it is taking 2 parameter, the page name and then a string role name. Okay, so I have passed the page name primary. If you have any other page, then you have to pass that required page. Okay, and then you have to give that decision table name. Okay, so here decision table name is determine loan rate. Okay, now one more important thing is that here how it is calculating. See this credit score. So this data, okay, is already available on primary page. Okay, so that is where it is taking and it is working fine, no issues. But let's say if you want to use some other property and some other page context, okay, so in that way we can use param also. So you can maybe here refer param.credit score. Okay, and if you're using param here, then you need to just make sure that before calling, if you're using their param, then you need to just make sure that param dot that property param dot, let's say, credit score, so that value is available in your, in your code. Okay, so then it will work with the param also. It will work. Most of the time we use param as well. Otherwise, wherever you are calling on your primary page, that value should be available to make it work. Now I have enabled it. So let's create a case again, or let's run this data transform directly. Okay, so to run the data transform, to do that unit testing, what we need to do, we need to set that value. So as I'm saying, we need to set on that primary page. Okay, so if I set here, let's say 899, so this is our primary page. Okay, and if I run it and just passing primary, then what it will happen, it will give us the value. So let's run this one without case context. So we can see that loan rate we got 3. Okay, if I change the value to 1000, let me run. So we got 2%. Okay, so that is where I was explaining that your value should be present before calling. Okay, be it's parameter or be it's in a real property. So I'll just delete now this one and create a new case. Let's see, the data is coming. So here I'll just give some value, it's not mandatory, and here I'll give 899 and just submit it. So we can see here 3% it came. So with 899, 3%, which is right. So it's working. So this is the things what we learned from here. Let's see. We learned that how we can call it from data transform, and also we learned that how we can return a single value. Okay, so here what we are doing, we are passing a credit score and returning a single value, interest rate. Now let's learn that the list value. Okay, how we can use the list value. Okay, and also using this list value, we'll see how we can call the descent table from the flow as well. Okay, so let's come back again. Okay, so close this and close this data transform as well. Okay, so we don't need it, we will be using the different one. So here I have configured another descent table, return multiple outputs. Okay, and to call that one, I have created a data transform as well. Okay, so here what we need to do, so if you want to return, so let's say here what I'm saying, what this descent table is saying, that if the value is 800, then just manager approval, then these all approvals will be required. Okay, because your credit score is less, then you need approval of manager, senior director and senior director. Okay, because here what we're doing, I'm evaluating all rows. So the difference between the previous one and this one is, okay, you can see the difference. Let me open that one and we can compare that. What is the difference? So here you can see that only we have a return. Okay, but in this one we don't have anything called return. So here I have configured a property, and the property, what I'm saying, that in approval list, so basically I have created approval list property. Okay, page list property, let me show you that property as well. So it's just a basics property, and I have given for now base class as a page list. So if you have your own, you can use it. Okay, so here let me refresh again. So here I'm saying approval list. Okay, if it is true, then append it to approval list in a py level property. Okay, and that I'm saying as a approver ID. So here what it will happen in this one, if you see, we in this one, so there was a 1 second, so let me go to decision table here, return determine loan rate. So if you compare in this one, we have not checked evaluate all rows. Okay, so what it means is that it will check this condition. If it is true, then it won't go and look for the second one. But in this scenario, what it will happen, it will look all the results. Okay, so let's say if I'm giving 800, then yes, 800 is less than 800, less than or equal to 800, it is less than equal to 900 and also thousands. Okay, so for all scenario it will be true, because here we are evaluating all rows. So in that way, what will happen, so if it 800, we want that manager should also approve, director should also approve, and senior director should also approve. So that is where we need to that is how we can use for the evaluate all rows. Okay, so let me run this one with 800 and see how many approver ID we are getting. So with 800 or less than 800, we should get all. So let me run that data transform which I have configured for return multiple output. So here again I have hard coded that value 800 for now, and then I've configured that primary page and return multiple output. So let me run this one. So with 800, you can see that I'm getting manager, okay, and then director and then senior director inside that approval list. Let me update the value to 1000, and then let's see. So with this 1000, we should get only one senior director. So if your credit score is good, then you just need one approval. Okay, you don't need like 3 levels of approval. So you can see how we are returning multiple values, and for that one, what we have to do, we have to go in result and check evaluate all rows. Okay, and if I uncheck, let me uncheck, and then you can see that you are getting this options allowed to return values. So then you'll get an options to return values. See here, these options you are getting. So this is how we can use this is how we can return multiple value. Now the question is, let's say if you want to use this one in our flow, okay, that okay, if the credit score is 800 and I want these all approvals, how we can use it in a flow. So let's go to case type and open our case. So in loan request I have added a out of the box approval flow, okay, and in that one I have configured as a approval as a cascading, and in that one I'm saying that return multiple output and given page list approval list as a page list, and then approval ID. So basically this will be operator ID and then py label. So what it will happen, it will keep on routing to 3 levels. So if you have a 3 approver ID, then it will send 3 times. So if you'll approve first time, then it will go for the second level approval, then it will go for third level approval. For now it will not work because in the py label or in that this is not a valid ID. Okay, so if we have to give valid ID, and then it will keep on submitting, then it will keep on routing to that next person. Okay, so that is how we can use it. There is another way also in the flow. We can use it in decision shape. So let's say if I just drop a decision table, so in this one we have an options to use decision table. See here. So here if we give, then we can apply any decision table, and based on our return output, so be it's a single or multiple, okay, we can configure our flow. That let's say that if I'm using a loan rate, okay, the first one, then we can say, okay, if it is a 3%, then go to you can see here that it came, so all output came 3 5 2. Okay, so we can configure that. Okay, if it is a 3, then go here. If it is a 2, then if it is a 3, then go here. Oh, 1 second, yeah, and 2 here, then you go here, something like that. This is not a valid scenario though, but you're getting it right, how we can call it. So one is you can call it from the approval out of the box flow, and then second one you can configure using decision shape. So that is how we can call it from the flow. So this is our second approach, okay, that returning multiple values or a list value and then using it in a flow, or we can use it, call it from the data transform as well. Okay, so from anywhere we can call. We can also call from that activity, so no restrictions. Let's learn about the third one. Okay, so third approach, single return along with few more attributes. Okay, so how we can do that? So this is a little trick. Okay, so if you notice here that I'm returning this one, let's see that where is that, determine loan, okay, rate. So in this one only, let's say we want to, here we are returning that interest rate, okay, based on that credit score. Let's say we want to return few more values, okay, but we don't want to evaluate all rows. Okay, so in that case what we can do, okay, the trick is go to this one, evaluate all rows, okay, and then come here and then say one more property, let's say py label or whatever the property, whatever the data you want to return, okay, and then you enter the value. So let's say if it is 800, then Lalit, and then if it is a 900, then you can say Shamit, okay, and then if it is 1000, then you can say Navit, something like that. Okay, now you don't want to evaluate all rows obviously, so you can just now you can go and uncheck this one. So this is a trick. Okay, so now let's come and see. We'll see that we have both the values. So what it will happen now, if you run, we'll get 800. For 800 we'll get 5, as well as in py level we'll get 500 as well. So this is how we can return more values. Okay, along with single value return, we can return single attribute, more single attributes. So see, we can keep on adding, and if you want to return py label something else, we can return. So let's run this one and see. So for now I'll just delete this one. So now if I pass 800, then I should get 5 and then 3 Lalit as well. So let me run that. So for that one we'll open the data transform. For that one, determine loan rate, and here just to run that I'll hard code the value credit score, and then I'll pass 800. So now if I'll run and trace and show you, trace and run. So here you can see that, okay, let me see on the tracer. Okay, that py label is not showing. Let me see, ideally it should show. Let me see that. Yeah, I think some caching issue is happening, but that is how we can return multiple values also, and that's a trick. Okay, that what you have to do, first you have to check this checkbox, evaluate all rows, fill that your return item 532 whatever, like your value return column, and then later you go and check this checkbox, okay, have that this value, because you can see that now return is gone. Okay, so you can fill this value Lalit, Samit, Amit, whatever you want to fill, or whatever your return value is there, and if you want to add more you can do that as well, and then again come back and uncheck this one. So in that way we can do that. Let me see, it should return me the value py label. Yeah, it's correct only. Let me run here and see. Yeah, see here we are getting. Okay, so there is some cache issue is happening with 800. See 899 I'm getting return 3, and then py level Summit. If you, we can add more also now. So you can see that now we have an options, even though it is unchecked. Okay, we have an options to add more columns. So if I want, I can add more column here. I can add py level old also, something like that. Okay, let's say country. Okay, so I can add here India, and here USA, and then here if I want to add Canada. So let's run this one again. Entered value is not a country. I think it's validating, so maybe here I'll give USA. Let me see if USA is taking the correct value. Okay, no, it's not taking. So India and then USA is not a valid value because we are using country property. So maybe I'll just use some other property here, py level old. It's not because of the decision table, it's because of some other validations inside that property only. So I just use py level old. So now it's fine. So let me run again. Okay, so see here, okay, 3 with this one 899 we are getting 3 Summit and then USA. So see with the 3 Summit USA. So let me give that 1000, then let's see. See 2 Navin Canada. So see we are getting this combination. So I hope you got this one, because this is little trick, because initially if you try, okay, if you just check this checkbox and then see, then you'll get this options. You'll not see that return options. But if you want to see the return options, and then also you want to have your, if you want to return more values, then you have to initially uncheck this one, okay, and then enter your return value, and then check these options, get the column, add more columns, okay, add more columns from here, and then finally go and uncheck this option. So then it will persist, you'll not lose that. Okay, so that is one way. One more thing I want to tell you here, okay, that inside this one we can add and or as well in a single column only. Okay, that here you can see that we have an options to add insert or before, and then we have an options insert or after. See in that one only. So basically in a single column value we can add more value. So and or combinations we can add. So either this one will be true or that one will be true. Okay, so that you can explore. Okay, so I just mentioned few more things I want to tell you, that we can use expressions as well. So you will see in some questions, okay, maybe interview, or you will see some differences like with some rule, that what is the difference between decision table and I forget the other rule. But so the questions will come that, okay, in decision table you can use build expressions. So here allowed to be build expressions, so you can use expressions as well in this one. Okay, so let's say expression is like, okay, substring or something if you want. Okay, so that also you can use. One more thing is that instead of hard code value, so here we are hard coding, we can use the property value as well. So let's say we can use that something like that as well, country or something. Okay, so based on some other property, if you want to compare, that also you can do with the decision table. So this is the third one. Okay, so let's see that last one, additional attribute. Okay, so this, I mean, I haven't used much. Okay, but this is a features from Pega, so I'll explain this one as well. Okay, so let's explore that last one, additional attribute, what it is. Okay, so let me close. Okay, and then here I have created that one as well, return additional results. Okay, so let me open the decision table as well, return additional result. So here you can see that, okay, with 800, so I have a two columns, okay, 800 and 900. So with 800 I'm returning 5, and with 900 returning 3. Okay, and in results you can see that if you go in bottom, so we have these options, additional allowed results. So let's say with this 5 you want to return some property value. Okay, like let's say you have a drop down. Okay, let's I want to configure a drop down. So if you're getting 5, then it should display these many in approval list. You have a drop down approval list, and if the value result is coming 5, then you want to display 3, manager, director, and senior director. If the value is coming 3, then you want to just display manager or director. Okay, so that also you can configure. I'll run and show you. Okay, but if I'll just add here anything, then you need to make sure that if I'm adding here 1000 and saying 2%, okay, so see, to do that, first you need to come here and add a result. Okay, then only you'll be able to do that. So if I say here 2, then only I can select that. Let me save this one. So basically both the places data should match. Okay, see, now it's 2 coming. So basically this is the result. Based on the result you want to populate. Okay, so sometimes this scenario, like, you can utilize this rule. Basically we get a requirement, okay, that if this is the value, then in the drop down you have to show only three values. If this is the value, then you have to show 5, and this is the value, then you have to show 7, something like that. We usually achieve this kind of requirement from database, but if you want, you can achieve it using decision table as well. So here you can see that based on the results, I'm just appending and getting that result. So let me add one more here for 2 as well, and I'll show you. Okay, so just copy this one, Control C, Control V, and then here I'll just say Lilith, some value. So I just want to return for this one only. Okay, so let me run this one as well. And to run this one, okay, what we'll do, I have created a data transform. So here I'm passing value 9. Okay, so the 9 means how much we'll get. Okay, with this combinations, 9 means we'll get 3. So with this 3, how many results we should get? We should only get 2 results. Okay, so let me run this data transform and show you the clipboard iteration. So in the clipboard also you can see after running we are getting manager or director. Why? Because we got 3. Okay, the result value was 3, so this is the output, manager or director. Let me update another value and then see what we are getting. Okay, so in this time I'll just update 700. So we should only get 5, right? So with 5 we should get 3. Okay, sorry, 800. Here if I'm giving 700, then I should get 5, and for the 5 result is 3. I should get manager, director, and senior director, all 3. Okay, so let me run. So see, I'm getting manager, director, and senior director. Now I'll just update one more and show you with the 1000. So with the 1000, that value will be returned 2, and based on the 2 it will return just one output, approval list. See, I got Lilith. So this is how we can use it. Okay, this is a good features, but usually people doesn't use much, but if you want, you can use it in your project. Okay, so here you can see that, right? Okay, so we have covered like most of the things. Okay, one more thing is that how we can call it from the, so we learned how we can call from the declare expressions, flow, and data transform. Also from activity, how we can call it is that simply we have a functions. Okay, so I have not written any activity, but yeah, if we can quickly write also. So here from we can go to technical and activity, and we can just say we can use this one only, return additional result. Just we can give a name. I mean, you should avoid that activity, but just I'm showing you if you have any existing activity, and if you want to use decision table, how you can do that. Okay, so we have a method. Okay, so the method name is apply decision table, something like that. Property, yeah, property map decision table. See this one. Okay, and here you need to pass that. Okay, a decision table name. So we can pass, let's say, return additional results. And if you want to use any property name, that where in this which property you'll get the output, that you can give here. Okay, if you don't want to give it, if your output is coming in some property, okay, depending on what kind of a decision table you have written. Okay, because for me it will come in a different approval property page list. So that's fine. I'll just now run it and trace this one. But if you have, like, if you're using the first one, loan rate, then you have to give the loan rate here. Okay, that yes, your output should come in a this loan rate, the way we have given here. Okay, so here you can see that we are mapping that output to loan rate. If you trace, you'll get the output. So in there is a parameter page, okay, which tells us that in this parameter property you'll have the output. I'll run and show you. Okay, so let me run and quickly show you that as well. So I'll just trace here, and then let's see that. So here we are getting the loan rate 5, but that you'll see in your parameter page as well. So if you go to parameter page, here you can see the decision results. So Pega maps that results in decision results property. Now let's run that activity and see if that is working. Okay, so now we have configured that. Okay, and we need to do one more thing. We need to set that value as well. So insert a verb, and to set the value, I'll just use property set, and in credit scores the property will be credit score, and then just 800 I'll set. So let's see, with 800 we should get all three. Okay, so I'll run and trace it. Okay, so let's see that. Okay, see here we're getting approval list 1, a manager, director, and senior director. So if you go and review our additional results, okay, with 800 we should get 5. Okay, and in the result we should get this list. So this is it. This is it for today's sessions. I hope I have covered most of the things for decision table, and one more things which is left is that conflict. Okay, so what happens, I'll just explain on a high level. Okay, and then because we have that option, so let me open that decision table, determine loan rate. So here let's say if I'll just change this one. Okay, okay, yeah, so I'll just change, I'll change this one, then what will happen, let's see. See, we are getting a conflict. So conflict is basically based on that this row will also be true, this row will also be true, this row will also be true. Okay, and in the results we have marked only evaluate we have not marked evaluate all rows. So the question is that which one Pega should take. Okay, so that is where the conflict happens, and to see where the conflict is, you can just click on show conflict. So you can see that this 2 row is conflicting. Okay, because with this 800 this will also be true, this will also be true, and this will also be true. So in that case you can just click on the show completeness, and then Pega will fill the details. But usually you should try to handle it manually. Okay, based on your data. You can use range as well, because if you see here we have it most of the operators we have to compare with, even if you have the range. Okay, so if you want to use range, it will come like this, and you can give the range. Okay, so you can resolve those conflicts based on your, usually we'll get the conflicts based on this kind of a data where we have comparing with some integer value. Okay, so you can resolve using range as well. Okay, so that is one thing, you can explore that part. So that's it for today's sessions. I hope this quick sessions will help you, and you'll be able to use it in your project. So thank you very much. Have a good day.